North American Trapper Beginner Trapping Series. And the first one that we're going to go over is equipment. You know, I get a lot of questions where people ask me, well, what gear do I need? And, you know, it depends on where anybody is in the country and really what animal that they want to trap. My biggest thing is everybody thinks bigger is better a lot of times, you know, where I use the 550 exclusively for coyote, no matter where I'm at across the country. Some of those western states, I can use a bigger trap. I can use a 650. I can use a trap that's actually an extra jaw size, and I don't use them. I think the 550 is enough for what I'm going after and the way I make my sets for coyote, and I think that that's something that I've learned over the years, that sometimes bigger isn't better. And I think the biggest thing is to keep it simplified. And you don't need much gear when you start trapping. A lot of people out there send me questions. What do I need for to trap coyotes? What do I need to handle the raccoons and the nest raiders on my property? And we're going to go over the equipment that I feel is all that you really need. And actually all of the equipment that is setting here today is really what could get you started in the outdoors for any critter that is going to be on your land, whether it's coyote, bobcat, fox, raccoon, skunk, possum. If you're having problems with nest raiders, you're having problems with coyotes, this equipment, and actually not even all of this equipment, is going to be tools that are going to help you succeed in that process. We'll start with land trapping. If you're going to put sets in, you're going to want to put in dirt hole sets or flat sets to handle those coyotes. And with that is the trap that we're going to use in that situation is going to be the Duke 550. The Duke 550 is the trap that we use predominantly for all of our needs when it comes to handling those coyotes, bobcats, and fox. And as you can see, when you set this, it's very easy to set. Now there are setters out there if you need that, but you get that in there, and then these have an actual posi trip pan, and you'll hear this click. You hear that click? Now that pan is now flat, and that is the trap that we're going to use when we're out there handling coyotes, foxes, and bobcats. And it's just a fantastic piece of equipment, but that's the trap that we're going to recommend for any beginner going out there. Using that Duke 550 is going to help you in all those situations. Now, what else do you need to go out there and trap if you want to catch coyotes? Obviously, we've covered the trap. You're also going to need a staking system, and we're using the ground talent stakes. It's a disposable stake. You will take one of the S hooks, and that will attach through this ring to the actual swivel of the trap. You'll drive this into the ground up to the swivel, and now that trap is staked to where you're going to be able to hold that animal if you catch it. So we've gotten you to where the trap's in the ground, and to do that, you just need a trowel. It's going to be able to dig your hole, a hammer to pound the stake in, and then to finish it off, you'll need a sifter to sift the dirt over your set to cover the trap, and we got some bait and lure that'll go down in the hole. Ultimately, that's really all you need as far as equipment to get out there and chase coyotes. You got your trap, you got your staking system, you got some bait and lure, a hammer to pound it in the ground, a trowel to dig your bed and your hole, and a sifter to sift it over. And that is truly all the equipment that you need to get out there and chase coyotes, bobcats, foxes, any of those type of animals that are causing you problems on your property. Or if you want to extend your hunting season, as we say, you extend your hunting season by going out and setting some traps and continuing your outdoor lifestyle. And when it comes to water trapping and handling nest raiders, it's really not that much different. When we're doing a water trapping situation, we're using the Duke 1.5 double jaw. I like that trap because it's got that double jaw welded down underneath. So when you do catch an animal in this, it's going to be there the next morning. So if you're doing any situations for muskrats or raccoons, possums, and skunks where you're setting in water type situations, I would recommend this. And then really you can't get much easier than a Duke dog proof when it comes to handling your nest raiders as well. It's very easy to set. There are setters for these as well, but you just pull back on the lever, you're getting the trigger down in the notch, and that's set already. You have a cylinder. The bait's going to go in there until it gets to about the trigger. The animal goes in, pulls the trigger up, trap goes off, and they're there the next morning. Same thing, you're going to put a stake on the end of this with an S-hook attached to the swivel. You drive it down in the ground. If you have a lot of trees and different fence posts and things around your area, you can actually use a 6-foot cable extension, wrap it around and tether it, and you wouldn't even need to use a stake. You really don't need the sifter in this situation. You don't need the water gloves. You get a pair of orange gloves or whatever flannel gloves you want to use, and a little bit of coon buster and magnet trailing scent, which we use when we put them in the ground. But as you can see, there's not a lot of equipment that's needed to go out there and handle your nest raiders. So don't get there's a lot of information that you can find on YouTube. There's a lot of information. A lot of people are going to tell you, they're going to try and sell you something that you don't need a lot of times. But this is the minimal equipment that I think anybody can get that can help them in all their situations, land or water or nest raider with the DPs. And as you can see, it's not a tremendous amount of equipment, and it's going to be able to get you out there in the field and be proficient at another outdoor activity. So don't overthink the process of trapping. Remember, sometimes simple is better. Find out what traps are specifically designed for the animal that you want to go after, and you're going to be successful when you get an opportunity to go out there in the field.